Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We'll holler at you. We'll holler at you. Oh my God. Oh my God.
With this Bartlett made the drive to Houston tonight. Doesn't take that long. The Mustangs are coming off that bye week to face a regional foe. Houston still going strong. Undefeated entering tonight. Bartlett, on the other hand, fell to White Station last week. Picked this one up in the first quarter. Houston's Lincoln Pare. Doing what Lincoln Pare does. What does he do? Scores touchdowns. Makes it look so easy. Houston up. Bartlett's Ty McNeil. Gonna get dropped by Hank Pearson. Pearson on the sack. Bartlett again. Ty McNeil. This time, throwing it up to Walt Tucker. Incomplete. No, it's not. It's intercepted. Daniel Laramie makes the catch. But the refs throw a flag on the play. And they say, no. And a defensive problem there. Bartlett still got the ball. So they settle for a short field goal. But it wouldn't be enough. Houston a winner tonight by 10 over Bartlett, 28-18.
Our game of the week tonight, Central hosting Houston. This game featuring two of the best offensive weapons in the area, with Mustangs senior running back Lincoln Pare and Central senior wideout Darren Turner, who actually committed to Arkansas today. How about this, though? Ethan Burns tossing it up to Grayson Hitt. He goes up and gets it, but more from this kid. He just went off tonight. More Houston Mustangs driving. Just handed off to last year's Region 7 Player of the Year, Lincoln Pare, the senior, crossing the finish line for the score. Central's turn now. The sophomore back, Cartier Beverly, takes the handoff on the left side, earns some tough yards right here. So Beverly is rewarded here. This is the handoff going right this time. Slips past number 32. He's gone. 7-7 ball game. It's Mustangs' turn now. Ethan Burns driving back, lobs it up to Grayson Hitt again. Look at this pass. Catches it right in stride, but the Warriors defense putting a stop to this drive. DB, as you see, reading it all the way. He'll pick off the pass. Takes it back before finally getting pushed out of bounds. The Warriors offense can't do anything with it, though. But back to this Burns and Hitt connection once again. How about this, Daryl? This 6'3 senior going over two defenders. Houston starting to roll now. Their defense stepping up. Darby Smith picking it off, taking it deep down in Warriors territory. Of course, it's Hitt again, Daryl. Some yards after the catch right here. Ethan Burns finding his go-to guy. Impressive. I think we're going to see this man later on in the show. The top plays. Add 6 more points for Houston to touchdown off the play action. 24-7 lead at the half, and Houston goes on to win 48-13. Houston
Perry coming into the season about 2,100 yards shy of becoming the school's all-time leading rusher. The senior, who ran for over 2,100 yards and 27 touchdowns last year, looking to cut into that number tonight against Bolton. Through 2 games, Perry has already run for over 400 yards and 5 TDs. Third play of the game. And it's not Perry, but rather Ethan Burns going up top to Grayson Hitt, who makes the nice catch, takes it 51 yards for the touchdown. Quickly at 7-0 Houston. Bolton goes 3 and out, and Perry breaks free. Through a huge hole, cuts it outside, takes it in from 31 yards out. It was a short night for Perry. He runs just 10 times for 115 yards and 2 TDs. In the Mustangs 45-0 win. ECS and Kirby.
Business at hand tonight. Kip on the road to Houston. Picked this up in the first quarter. Houston running back. We called this name before here on the show. Vince Stegall going to take it in. Easy for the touchdown. Nice. 6-0. All right, let's give Kip the football. See what they can do with it. Houston's Will Stegall, though. Yep. Well, Steagall's in there somewhere. Strips it away from the receiver. Takes it away. Takes it into the end zone. Was that George Teague? Remember that? 1992? Am I showing my age here? 13-0. That was the Sugar Bowl, by the way. Houston quarterback Ethan Burns to Grayson takes it in for the score. That kind of night for Houston. They beat Kip 44-6. All right, how about Memphis?
You know what? Houston Mustangs running back Lincoln Pare balled into it last night. He just ran it all over Cartersville, man. That's a highlight carry. Rushing for a career high 354 yards, scored 5 touchdowns. Helping the Mustangs bump gang is 56-28. Houston is now 7-0 on the season. Lincoln Pare, my man, and Whitehaven salute. Time for another quick timeout when time is back in. Also in 6A, undefeated Houston taking on neighborhood rival Germantown, and the Mustangs running back Lincoln Pare doing what he does. 7-yard touchdown run. Houston up 14-0 in the first. Then Pare is in kickoff returner mode. When you see a kickoff returner on this show, check out this. B-Buck spin, and I don't even play that. That is absolute. That is cold right there. Perry takes this one all the way to the house. That made it 21-6. Houston in the first. Mustangs roll 56-12. The Mustangs.
Thanks for coming back to Local Prep Live. A lot of outstanding games in the first quarter of this show, but this quarter has an outstanding game as well, which is our game of the week. Undefeated Houston averaging 43 points every time they kick off the football, taking on ECS, who's not quite averaging 43 points a game, but close. The Eagles putting up 36 points a contest. Clayton Collier is there where there were a lot of points scored, and he is live at our game of the week, ECS at Houston. Clayton, see?
Doc, that's right for our game of the week. Those two undefeated squads going on. They're also pretty similar in their game plan. They like to run a lot, and they both have big offensive lines. Now, Doc, listen, it's Friday the 13th, a full moon. It was bound to be a scary day for one of them, right? Well, we're right. The Houston Mustangs coming sprinting out of the tunnel. Tonight's Mustangs game plan, basically the same as this Landers Mustang, a ground machine. ECS had the same idea. Eagles at 12. Jalen Greenwood takes the handoff, the outside route to the end zone. ECS takes the early edge. So Houston has this guy. His name's Lincoln Pare. He's a senior, and he makes plays like this. 95 yards, no one's touching him, to the house. No wonder Austin B's already offered he'd have another before the end of the first quarter. Mustangs have the 12-7 edge until the second. ECS Jacob Hatcher, the quarterback. We have a passing play. Completes to Preston Daniels. Houston would hit half up 19-14 despite the score from ECS. New half, same Lincoln Pare, doing what Lincoln Pare does. Jukes out 1, 2, and 3 defenders to go 30 yards. Once again, his third score of the night. Now, ECS hung around, but they stomached their first loss of the season. Houston now 4-0 as the Mustangs win 36-20. Now, it's not a very complicated formula when it comes to Houston. They run the ball, and they're going to run it a lot. Now, it's not a very complicated offense when it comes to Houston. They're going to run it to Lincoln Pare, and they've been successful with that. They were tonight 33 carries for the senior, 255 yards and those 3 scores. Just to give you an idea, on the other end, ECS had 214 rushing yards for the entire game. He had 255. That's impressive, and that's going to do it for our game of the week. Doc, we'll get it back to you.
Thanks, Clay. Lincoln.
Because of his size, but every Friday night he proves to be Houston's #1 workhorse on the gridiron. That's despite him facing the doubters. The Zone's Jonathan Marshall got the chance to catch up with Houston's dynamic running back Lincoln Pare this week, and Jonathan, Pare tells you he's using those doubters as motivation to go harder.
Yeah, Pare uses these doubts to fuel his drive on the field, out there on the field. He rushed for over 2,000 yards last season. Entering tonight already halfway to 1,000. So yeah, Pare is rushing right through those dots.
Lincoln Pare hears the dots. He's played with them his whole career.
People saying I'm too short, I'll weigh enough, and that I can't play against these top SEC guys.
Yeah, Pare doesn't have what some would consider ideal size. Listed at 5'9". This hasn't slowed down the Houston senior running back at all. Pare has ran through and around the dots.
Anytime you hand the ball to Lincoln Pare, you know it can go distance at any moment.
In just 2 weeks, Pare has already totaled almost 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. This after rushing for over 2,000 yards and 31 scores in 2018. The chip that Pare carries on his 190-pound frame is ripped.
Oh, yes. I mean, I come here every day with a chip on my shoulder, knowing that I am smaller, so I got to work that just much harder to prove people wrong.
Mustangs coach James Thomas calls Pare the team's workhorse. Week 1 was proof, with him carrying the ball 43 times. Pare offers a do-it-all dynamic on the field. This should translate well to the next level. He's currently getting looks from Ivy League schools, along with Colgate, Eastern Kentucky, and Richmond.
I think he can do a lot of things. A lot of things where whoever he decides to play for, they're going to get a kid that's going to work, tirelessly, or whatever they get him to do. for you because you beat every down back for you.
Perry will likely hear the doubts of college. He has a message for those who don't believe.
I can play 2 in a couple inches. It's not going to knock off how good you can play in certain circumstances.
Now, I mentioned a few schools showing the most interest in Perry. More are starting to pay attention. Perry told me he visited Memphis last week and is actually set for a visit to Tennessee tomorrow. Darryl.
Thank you, Jonathan. Of course, that's
Because this is his last year to put on the pads. Number 4, Lincoln Pare. Lincoln is here with his parents, Mike and Sherry Pare. Lincoln's future plans are to play college football and get a great education. Lincoln will always remember when big Morgan Scott Moss on RH and ran 30 yards for a touchdown in practice. He will also remember being a part of 2 historic football teams. Number 6, Carter Gibson. Carter is with his parents Jay and Brandy Gibson. After graduation, Carter plans to go to college and earn a degree. His favorite memory is winning the region championship with his teammates. Number 8, Ethan Burke.
Lincoln Pare, Houston High School. 5'9", 190-pound senior running back. 3-year starter, team captain for the Mustangs. This season, he rushed for over 2,000 yards and 25 touchdowns. He was a first-team All-Region selection and was named the Region 7 6A Offensive Player of the Year. Lincoln was also named the Region Offensive Player of the Year as a junior after rushing for over 2,000 yards in that season as well. He was also an All-State selection in 2018. Head coach, James Thomas. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your Tennessee Titans Mr. Football finalists in Division I, Class 6A. And now, the 2019 Tennessee Titans Mr. Football for Class 6A, Lincoln Pare, Houston.
Houston High School's Lincoln Pare, one of the state's best high school football players, mind you, had an amazing year, ending it by being named Tennessee's Mr. Football for Class 6A.
Yeah, Perry made his college decision today. His official decision by signing with Arkansas State University in Jonesboro.
Wait, isn't there a word before Arkansas State?
The
Yes, there
Arkansas State University.
Yeah.
Fox 13's Jonathan Marshall was there. He was able to talk to Perry about his journey. Jonathan, you found out Lincoln is going to go into this next stage of his career with a pretty big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, Darryl, with Perry's resume, you would expect the top schools to be knocking at his door, hoping to secure his talent. But that's not the case here. Perry's recruiting hasn't gone as you would expect for a player with his credentials, but he is set for the next level, and he has a lot to prove.
There was never a question whether Houston's Lincoln Pare would play college ball. Mr. Football, for the state's highest classification, put up ridiculous numbers in 2019, going for over 3,000 all-purpose yards and 38 touchdowns. Still, checking in at 5'9", there were some doubts.
For sure. I've had head coaches tell me that I was too short to play. You know, it just motivates me. People saying I'm too small to play against the top guys and stuff, you know, it just drives me. And, you know, Coach Shabazz always told me to just keep my head down and keep working, and that's what we did, and we got here today.
Here's what Perry has been dreaming of. In front of family and friends, he made his college decision official. He's headed to Arkansas State.
You know, I've been working for this my whole life. You know, I've been working with Coach Shabazz, Raheem Shabazz. He's the best spring guy around. He's really prepared me to have a moment like this. You know, I'm just so thankful for everyone who's helped me along the way.
He picked me as a freshman, and, you know, we knew he was going to be a talent, but then he put the hard work in and became the best run back to ever come through here.
The numbers and legacy still weren't enough to get love from two of the state's biggest schools.
Memphis showed a little interest early, but I haven't really talked to them. Tennessee, the same way. Pruitt actually came and talked to me. He's a really nice guy, but I ain't heard from him since.
Yeah, you can look at it a couple ways. You know, you can say he didn't get the Power 5 respect, or you can look at it and say he got a lot of great respect from a lot of great universities. You know, so be choosing between Arkansas State, Dartmouth, and Navy. You know, those are a lot of great schools, and you know, I didn't pick the right fit for him, and I couldn't be more proud of him.
Perry is looking forward, not behind. He
promises the Red Wolves are getting a top talent.
An all-around player. I'd say an athlete that's going to be able to do all aspects of the game and be a real big help for them in the future.
In addition to his offers from Arkansas State, Navy, Dartmouth, and Richmond, Pare had walk-on opportunities at Ole Miss and Virginia Tech. Reporting live in studio, Jonathan Marshall, Fox 13 News.
Clearly, he made the right decision.
Pare.
One, two, three. Hang on. I want to do one more. A drop of rain right here between your eyes. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Thank you. One, two, three.
Hey, I'm Drew Brees. I just want to encourage you to keep up the good fight both on and off the field. Sports isn't forever, but positive impacts on your community last a lifetime. I've played a lot of football in my time. I've been injured, set records, lost heartbreakers, and won big games. But believe it or not, some of my best memories are from playing high school football. In 1996, we were the 5A Division II state champions in the state of Texas. And of all the accomplishments I've been able to experience on the football field, that was probably one of my greatest ones ever. The finalists for Football Player of the Year are the Football Player of the Year is Lincoln Pare from Houston.
The Arkansas State signee won the Tennessee Titans Class 6A Mr. Football Award, rushing for 2,840 yards and 38 total touchdowns.
Congratulations, Lincoln.
Where have you been?